All right, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, Connor on Chain. So today I'm going to bring up, this is mainly going to be about kind of structuring your portfolio, as far as from the time span of now going into the rest of this bull run. I think it's going to be very important how you really focus, your allocations towards certain coins. So let's dive in. And the reason why I bring this up, before we even jump into it, is because I do on this channel all the time just bring up a ton of different low caps, a ton of micro caps. I don't intend to ever, call every single coin that I bring up, and nor does my portfolio have, 60, 70 different coins in it. A lot of the stuff I bring up is more high risk, but, I just like to bring potential opportunities, to the table here. But when it comes to really structuring your portfolio for the rest of this bull run, initially my strategy has changed a little bit because, when we were still at the lows, when Bitcoin, I think was, I don't even know what price it was at, maybe 20K, 25, 30. It was kind of different in a sense where, when we're looking down here, when price still was kind of at the lows, like I said, before it had this rally, you genuinely could have put your money into almost any decent altcoin and you would have performed insanely well. So this, as some sort of spray and pray kind of strategy, I swear could have worked really well. But after, seeing this chop that we've been in for the last 4 months, I feel like it's definitely going to be a lot more focused on choosing, way less coins and going in with size on those clear winners versus allocating, to 20 to 30 different coins. So that's been my, thought process and everything over the last maybe week or so. So I'm going to bring up, just clear winners in my opinion, which ones I'm personally in. And at this point, if you guys have seen my videos, you kind of know some of my, some of my picks for long-term bets, and in my last video. So, I did sell Retardio. I told everyone, but I have already bought back in because like I said, sometimes FOMO gets the best of you, but, dude, I went against everything I told myself, 2 days ago, but I feel like it's just different when you find that gem, that long-term hold of yours. Sometimes trying to time an entry, buying and selling, sometimes it just doesn't work. I mean, obviously it can, if you're just patient enough and wait for it. But for me, I know the long term where I want, certain sell targets to be. I know where certain altcoins will be going. But again, we'll just bring up some examples here. So Mumu has been a newer one recently. The main reason why is because I have seen it on my timeline a lot over the last, maybe a month or so. It's been on my radar since around May. But once just seeing a chart like this, guys, I think is one of the most bullish things, especially for meme coins. Because a coin usually will launch, then it will dump, and then whatever happens in the meantime, this consolidation is when the community forms. And with Mumu, again, the community being super strong down here, this was honestly like one of the most obvious long-term plays. And, as of lately, this has just been, probably one of the highest conviction coins that I now, view in my personal portfolio. I really like Mumu as a Solana meme coin right now. And I think long term this definitely has potential to run to, again, I never like to give full out price targets on the channel, but to see this at $1 billion, I don't think is out of reach for it. Potentially higher than that. But Mumu, in my opinion, is, like I said, a top coin on Solana right now. Market cap is starting to get up there. But again, in comparison to other coins, like you got Brett, Pepe, that are already in the billions, multi-billions, it's Sorry, my cat's going off. But in comparison to those, this is obviously a lot smaller in market cap, but I feel like the community is just as strong, if not stronger than a lot of those, large cap coins. And this kind of follows that Pepe and Friends theme, even though it's not an official, Pepe, friend, whatever you want to call it, has that theme around it. It's a bull for the bull market. And I just think long term, this is going to perform very well. So again, that's like a newer, strong conviction of mine, as in over the last maybe month, really been looking at it, developing that. Again, I was going to do some sort of potential YouTube meme coin, not a meme coin challenge, but I'll get into it in a minute. But again, my second pick, aka this was my first and still my top Solana conviction play, is Retardio. This is sitting at 100 million in market cap now. When I first brought it up on the channel, mainly it was just the same thing, consolidating. This community was forming. And one of the main reasons why, I saw a ton of potential in this was, because Retardio is a main derivative now of, Milady and Remilio assets, which have been killing it on ETH, right? And they kind of have been running everything almost in the space. But again, seeing these, as a solid derivative, a real community forming, and then they had these NFTs that were, I don't know if it was a free mint or airdrops to the holders, but these NFTs dropped, which were the derivatives. But to me, that just built a ton of conviction for me, because again, Solana is like the main chain for the cycle, and having a derivative of some of the top Ethereum NFTs, to me, that was like a clear sign that this is eventually going to start moving, and just one of the strongest communities, hands down, it still is. And I don't think that's going to change anytime soon going into the next 6 to 12 months. But like I said, so these coins mainly are a little bit higher in market cap, but yeah, initially down here, mainly it was just anything under 20 million since I think April was kind of like the accumulation area that I called out, and it's just been trending up from there, which is nice, But for Solana meme coins, these are really my main two strongest picks right now. I really believe in these, and these are coins, even though, like I said, I sold Retardio, even though I bought back in, this really shouldn't have been a coin I sold, period. I think it's way too early to be selling, calling it quits on certain coins. We just have a lot further to go for the rest of this bull market. We still have at least 12 months to see what happens. But again, I think the main thing I want to get out of this, though, is that you definitely should look to consolidate your portfolios if you are spread across 20 to 30 different coins. I think it's very important to, almost figure out, what coins, or even one coin if it's what you want, but what coin or coins do you think, one that you believe in the most, whether it's a coin like Retardio, and say you got a Retardio NFT, and you really like the community because they're super welcoming, whatever, that's something to bet on. If there's any other coins that that are similar, like there's a crazy community, Twitter, you really like it on Twitter, then bet on that one, right? But I think you definitely should look to consolidate a lot of your portfolio if you have a ton of coins, and really just look for those clear winners going into the next, 6 to 12 months. And again, for me, on Solana, Retardio and Mumu right now are, to me, the clearest winners as far as, this mid-range market cap. Because Mumu yesterday had a huge pump, it literally almost doubled overnight, which is actually nice to see. And obviously for Ethereum memes, Mog has been, the top meme on the channel. It's not changing anytime soon. And obviously there are a ton of different memes you can pick from. And again, by any means also, I'm not telling you to, sell all your bags, just to buy one coin. If you believe in 5, 6 different coins, like hold them and, have some sort of sell targets and wait for those. But, I think definitely consolidating your portfolio to a few smaller, or not, I'm sorry, not smaller, but a few more high conviction coins rather than a ton of different coins spread out. And for me, this doesn't just apply to meme coins. For meme coins, I just think these are two top communities right now, and obviously MOG as well on ETH. But this also goes for gaming coins, AI, RWA, Bitcoin DeFi, any narrative. It's just you should really be looking to focus and bet with size on certain stuff. And on the channel, I like to talk about, again, certain coins that I like. And again, lately, over the last month, I've been super bullish and looking more into gaming coins. But obviously, again, if you've seen my channel for a long time, as far as gaming coins, there are two main super high conviction coins of mine that I have. Warped Games is one of them. It has been for months now, and I don't plan on changing that at all. So Warped Games, like I said, this to me is just slept on gem. They're doing everything right, to be a super, just a very strong gaming project in general. I just have the utmost conviction for it. And number two, I brought up on the channel about a week ago, something like that, is actually Moontropica. So for Moontropica, I'll probably cover this a little bit more in depth in a video. But to me, one of the main factors is the Twitter sentiment behind Moontropica is wild. The amount of people that, actually play this game and are very bullish on it, to me, that's a clear sign that this will run very well still over the last 12 months, And a notable fade of mine was missing it at $1.40, $1.41 back in January. I almost called it, but I didn't because, again, my ADHD has me focusing on 20 different coins a day sometimes, and then I forget about things that I see. So faded a huge play, but on this dip, start to come up. It may come back down a little bit, but outside of this, I think this is going to be a top performing gaming coin probably over the next 6 to 12 months. I kind of saw it back here. Once the sentiment really caught onto it, even though it's down a lot of people really believe in this coin. A lot of people just, believe in the long-term growth with it. It's kind of like a dark horse right now in the gaming sector. And currently it's around 40 million in market cap. So it's not, it's not tiny, but it's also not huge by any means. So definitely has a lot of room to run market cap wise from here, which is another reason why I like it so much. Chart looks great, on a great dip, had a nice recovery bounce. Or I'm sorry, not a bounce, but a push up. I expect probably another bounce to the downside or just more chop, until we see new highs for Bitcoin and ETH. But these two right now are super high conviction gaming coins, and these are some of my main holdings at this point. I'm trying to think too, because with AI has been one sector. I think there are genuinely so many strong AI coins you can pick from, like 10, 20 different coins. You literally could pick probably two of them, and they will go up. I'm gonna bring up a few. I just brought up OXO, and so again, before I mention any of these AI, I don't own some of these coins. These are just, I'm bringing you guys up projects that I do think have a ton of potential. But OXO to me, I think is just a strong, safer bet. And again, nothing in crypto is safe. Just keep that in mind. But, I think the mind share across the AI narrative is that this coin is definitely a gem. And, again, in relation to other major AI coins, this is fairly slept on at 150 million. From a perspective on channel here, it is a larger cap, but definitely a more safer, stronger bet in the sense where you can still get some really good gains long term out of this. And the chart has been holding up very well. So like I said, I can see this doing very well, and I do not own this one. Another one, like I said, was GraphLink. This is an older one, but market cap is very small, and the potential is huge for this one as well. you know, huge run up. Initially, I made a video about it somewhere, I think in October, November. You know, if anyone caught that video, you would have been up minimum 20, 30x maybe. Maybe even more than that, I don't know. Currently, I'm not holding this, but at 20 million in market cap, this is very, very slept on at the moment. You know, and obviously there's a ton more. You know, I cover Link AI, Enk AI on the channel. You know, Enk AI is still one of my favorites, one of my go-to AI picks, but you know, lately that has just been, this coin just has not been performing. It's been very down, and it's consistently stayed down. You know, which again, you know, you don't really like to see that from especially any high conviction coin, you know. But again, you can't win them all. You know, I try to give the strongest coins in my personal opinion, but as of right now, NKI has just been going down for a long time. But again, I still hold, and I plan on holding. So personally, I think what they're building is going to be huge long term. So the fact that it's this down is unbelievable to me. But like I said, there's a ton of different AI coins. I think just the two first ones I brought up seem like very strong coins with strength. A lot of people know about them. Twitter sentiment from them are great. You know, there's RWA coins, which again, RWA2 as a narrative is, you know, I don't want to say it's massive, but you know, there are a ton of them as well. And I guess it depends on how you view certain coins in the narrative. You know, because if you want to gauge certain coins by like metrics, as far as like volume, who's actually trading it, who's using it, you know, total TVL, total value locked, you know, there are a ton of great ones. A site that I like to use for that is actually rwa.xyz. This is a great site if you want to just, you know, do a little bit more in-depth research and have a look at a lot of RWA coins. So we go to the dashboard. But so if we go to, let's check a couple of things. Hold up. I don't know if it's private credit. Oh, it's just loading. But there are, you know, a few coins that are in the range of maybe 80 million to 200 to 300 million that do have a ton of money locked away. As in, there are actually a lot of, you know, a lot of people are actually using this. So Centrifuge is one. You know, they have $286 million worth of active loans right now. Total loans in 600 million. Figure, which I don't think that's a crypto coin at all, but Maple and Goldfinch, you know, these three have, you know, like real people are using these, right? And obviously there's TrueFi credits. You know, you guys can also just check this stuff out. But again, if you want to base it off, you know, active loans, real TVL, you know, these could be great bets, especially market cap wise. Again, Centrifuge, Maple, Goldfinch. Let's see what they are. Like I said, I'm pretty sure they're all in between at least 100 million to like 300 million in market cap. All right, got me searching it up here. But RWA has a ton of growth ahead of it. And obviously Ondo too. Ondo is, you know, kind of working with BlackRock, so that's one just you don't want to fade. But it is at 1.3 billion in market cap. Yeah, so Centrifuge 200 million, Goldfinch 200 million or 235, and Maple as well 140 million. You know, I don't know too much about, you know, super in depth with these, but just based off, again, the kind of stuff I'm talking about, you know, real TVL. And I say TVL like total value locked in it, but it's mainly just like, you know, the active loans that people actually have. You know, you can look at commodity stocks. This as well. Obviously, there's no real actual projects you can buy. There's Paxos, but I think that's a stable coin. Obviously, Tether. Let's see what stocks. This is actually, I don't know if this is new or what. No, this just has just, okay. Yeah, so at least with private credit there, you can check that stuff out. You know, if you guys want to see more literal just companies that are in the RWA sector, you can go to company directory here. You can scroll through, check some of these out. You know, a lot of these are actual coins already trading. A lot of these are upcoming coins as well. And some of them are just actual projects that do not have a token attached to them. So again, you guys can dig through these. But, you know, for me, as far as RWA, some of my favorite picks for the, you know, the bull run really is IXS. I really like IXS and Soil. These two are probably some of my favorite, you know, RWA coins. There's a ton of good ones though, you know, ton of great ones. But yeah, I'd say outside of that, I guess that's kind of mainly what I wanted to talk about. You know, is really try to focus in at this point on, you know, maybe 1 to 3 coins per narrative for the bull. You know, upcoming bull run, I think, is probably going to be your best bet. Because for me personally, you know, I love to be exposed to many different narratives at the same time. You know, regardless of what price is doing in different narratives. You know, because I've seen a lot of people, they're only exposed to, you know, AI coins, they're only exposed to memes. But I think to have just an all-around portfolio, I think is really key, because at some point everything is going to move. Things will moon, you know, gaming will pump at some point. AI might pump right before it, right after it. You know, Bitcoin DeFi stuff as well will absolutely ride. Once Bitcoin is in new highs, making new highs, you know, runes are going to take off like crazy at some point. And obviously, I think meme coins are just going to outperform everything, you know, no matter what's happening. So I think it's just key to be focusing like that. 1 to 3 coins per narrative, at least as your main bags, you know. I'm not telling you can't, you know, degen and even just throw smaller bags into, you know, more risky stuff. You know, like I said, I'm a degen at heart, so I'm always just looking for, you know, those micro cap opportunities literally every day. So outside of that, that's what I wanted to cover today. Just a little bit more info and just showing you guys just like literal clear bets of mine right now in the market. So outside of that, I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks.